everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we are flying to Benidorm. It is my very first time flying as a wheelchair user and flying at all, so that'll be interesting. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to film or get. I'll try my best, and we are starting our journey here at Bristol Temple Meads train station, and yeah, we are waiting for the airport flyer bus. It's a A1. You can get it from here, you can get it from the bus station. So yeah, and Luke's here as well. Looking forward to it. Yeah. So yeah, let's go. So we're on the airport bus. It has these racks for the suitcases, and obviously it does have a wheelchair bay as well. Brilliant. The driver incredibly helpful, which is really nice. So let's go. Let's go to the airport.
Next stop, Bristol Airport.
We're ready up. Special assistant.
Oh, it's just here. So I'm going to be popping in and out of the video explaining bits that I either couldn't film or found it hard to explain at the time. So at Bristol Airport, as you walk in to departures, the special assistance desk is on the left. So when you go to the first special assistance desk, you queue up obviously and wait your turn, and then when it's your turn, excuse me looking down, I have made notes because my memory is terrible at times. So they will ask you things such as the weight of your wheelchair, the weight of the batteries, the ampage of the batteries, the type of battery, so lithium. They will ask you if the battery can be removed from the wheelchair or not. So my battery for my wheelchair can be removed. This is my battery. They asked me how much it weighed, which is 1.4 kilo each. I've got 2 of these. It can be removed, and I wasn't aware, but I was asked to put my batteries into my hand luggage. So keep that in mind. If you're an electric wheelchair user with a wheelchair with batteries that can come out, they will ask you to put them in your hand luggage. So that's what I done. They will also ask you if your wheelchair folds. They will ask you if you can walk in the cabin of the aeroplane. They will ask you if you require a aisle chair to board the plane and get off the plane, and also whilst you're on the plane. Now, I've not really spoke about this on here before, but I have a condition called FND, which is functional neurological disorder. And basically, as in the name, it is a neurological condition which causes a whole wide range of symptoms. I will leave them here for you to read, but as you can see, there's lots of different symptoms, and it's not like a cough or a cold where you have like the same symptoms. With FND, the symptoms, they take turns. So one day I could wake up, my speech could be affected, or another day I wake up, I might have temporary paralysis. So I hope you get the gist. Like, the symptoms can literally change like all the time, which is a very complex condition to live with, and there's currently no cure, only remission. Because of my FND, whenever I'm going away, I plan for if I am going to be having a bad day. So a bad day for me is being a full-time wheelchair user. So I'm so glad I booked full wheelchair assistance, because when I was flying both ways, my back went. I was unable to walk. It was horrible. So I had everything planned. So if it was a bad day, which it were, then I was covered. So they asked me if I could walk in the cabin. I said no, I will require a aisle chair, and they just basically asked things like that. And then after then they ask if you can make your own way to check your bags in and through security. I said no because it was my first ever time flying. I'd never done it all before and I was really nervous. So we were told to wait in this waiting area, and we had a lovely man, I didn't catch his name, that was assigned to me to help me through putting my bags, drop my bags, and through security. So as you just seen, we put the bags in, and obviously when we got to this desk as well, they did ask me the questions about my wheelchair, which was the weight of the wheelchair, the weight of the batteries, the amperage of the batteries, the type, and if it can be removed or not. So I was asked that again. And then so the special assistance man, he helped me through bag drop and security. One thing worth noting though, if you do require a lot of medical equipment to be taken with you, you can actually ask the airline if you are entitled to take a medical bag with you. So medical bag, I didn't realise, I thought it went in the hold, but the medical bag actually comes in the cabin with you and in the overhead locker. So luckily I had Luke with me, but had I been on my own, I wouldn't have been able to have, got my bag up and down, but I'm sure the cabin crew would have helped. So that's worth noting. If you take a medical bag, it comes in the cabin with you. But to get a medical bag, you have to ask the airline first. So don't just go to the airport with a medical bag, because it needs to be added onto your booking. After the bag drop, the special assistance man then helped us through security. He explained what I need to put in the trays and what I don't. And he also done it himself. So he had put like his keys, his work lanyard, everything through security. So it's quite nice because they go through it with you. And also if you have special assistance, you do get fast track security as well. At security, obviously everyone goes through a metal detector thing, but as I am a wheelchair user, I was told to stay in my chair. I was asked if I could stand. I said no. So what they done a pat down. A female member of security pat me down, and then they take like a swab of your wheelchair and your shoes as well. And then after that, you then go to collect your bags and things you put through the scanner. I did actually get stopped because I had Oromorph, aka morphine, in my hand luggage. Everything was fine. I had a prescription proving it was mine. It was within the liquid limit, which is 200 ml, so that was all okay. And then after security, the special assistance man took us to the special assistance lounge in Bristol Airport. So this is separate from everyone else. It's tucked away, which is good if you find airports overwhelming. So he took us there, checked us in there, and then we was given a card with a time we needed to be back at the special assistance desk for. So it's been a while since I vlogged. We went through security and we're now in duty free, and we got a time to be back at special assistance to board the plane. So let's have a look around. Got some Dior perfume here. Gonna have a try of that. That smells absolutely gorgeous. That one just waves around like this in the airport with all the shops and that. Very expensive stuff here though. What are you gonna try?
Monaco.
Geo. Can we see?
As you like, and I think it's the
Omani code. That smells gorgeous, doesn't it?
the rest of them.
So this is what Bristol Airport looks like, basically. So we're going in the lift to go upstairs where the restaurants and that are. So security went better than what I thought. I thought it was going to be like really heavy on like questioning and all that, but it didn't have any of that, which was good. And we've got until 12:05 to just have time to ourselves and get ready. So that's what we're doing now. So our flight is up there, Alicante, which is... Where is it? I bet you guys can spot it before me. Hang on. Oh, it changes. That's why I couldn't see it. Alicante, easyJet. Just there, gate info at 12:25. So obviously we go back to special assistance at 12:05. So, yeah, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. And Luke was like, oh, it's only a plane. But to me, I am shitting up. I must say, I do like this airport. It's really relaxed feel to it. And now Luke is calling me. I wondered where he was. So, yeah, he's going to take me on the rooftop or something like that. So let's go see what we're going to do. So here's the planes, guys. One of them has got a VR plane. It's got a lovely view from up here. So me and Luke have separated for a bit. He's gone upstairs and I'm staying downstairs for the minute. Found a really amazing, accessible toilet, sink, hand dryer. I'll add in the clip now. More accessible toilets should have these. So obviously you've got the soap, you've got the tap, and wait for it, the hand dryer in one. Why aren't more accessible toilets like that? That's amazing. Good job, Bristol Airport. So my sister told me about these water refill stations that are located around the airport. So always remember to pack a water bottle thing in your bag. So this water, it feels really nice and cold in here. So let's give it a go, shall we? That's lovely. Recommend bringing a bottle, save you some money as well. So just looking out the window on the first floor, this is the ambi lift. So it's a lift on wheels. So what they will do, they will load all the wheelchair users and everyone onto it through the thing at the back, and then it will go up enough so it can be driven, then be driven to an aircraft, and then the lift will go up so we can get on the deck like that and level access. Gonna try and get to film me getting on with the old chair. We'll see how we go. We have just under half hour till we need to be back at special assistance. So whilst in duty free, and this time between checking in and getting on the aircraft, obviously we were in duty free. I was actually in one of the shops and this elderly lady was struggling with the self-service machine. So I will help anyone who needs my help. So I went to help her. Little did I know that Luke, the cheeky sod, he was outside the shop and he took a photo of me helping this lady, and he actually put it on Facebook saying my missus should get a job at Bristol Airport helping passengers. He said, oh, but you looked at me, and I'm like, no, I didn't see you. You know, like when you're just staring into space, like, and you don't really take any notice of what's around you. It was kind of like that, but he found it funny. I was just there like, well, she needed help. No one was really helping her, so I stepped in and I was a good citizen and I helped her out. So it's now time to go back to the Special Assistants Lounge and wait to board the plane. So we went back to Special Assistants. I didn't really film in Special Assistants Lounge because there was others who were vulnerable in there and I just didn't feel like it was the right place to be filming. But at this point we had got in Special Assistants. That is when we took photos of my wheelchair and video as well, just in case of damage. I recommend that you do it. I took photos here and here. I do look a bit grumpy. I was extremely nervous at the time. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, that's your plane.
It's our plane. Yeah. We're on the ambulance. And then this will higher and same levels plane.
Go out the other way.
Yeah. And I've got the aisle chair ready to transfer. So I've got the aisle chair beside me. So at this point we had been taken to the plane. We had been put on the ambulift and we were in the ambulift as you saw. The aisle chair was put next to me and this was the point where my wheelchair was taken to get put in the hold, which if you're a wheelchair user, you know the anxiety that comes with that. There's so many horror stories out there about wheelchairs getting damaged, lost, you know, all them kind of things. So I was extremely anxious at this point. So they loaded everyone on. So I was always under the impression that Special Assistants passengers could board the plane first. This wasn't the case. We was literally the last ones to board the plane, which sent my anxiety through the roof. So at Bristol Airport, they tend to get the Special Assistants passengers that can walk on first, and then the fully wheelchair passenger will be the last. So I moved into this aisle chair. I was strapped into it and I had two Special Assistants workers had then got me on the aisle chair and they took me onto the plane. So to get onto the plane, there was a big gap they had to get over, probably about that big. So as you can imagine, they had to lift me in the chair over this. You know, I felt quite tight and I was really, really anxious. I was scared that they were going to drop me or something. They got me on the plane. As I got on the plane, because of my FND, I done little cards just explaining to the cabin crew I have FND. If I have a seizure, I do not require an emergency landing, and that I also had information on my sunflower lanyard about my condition and what's best to do and what's best not to do, and also a bit of education about FND. And whilst we were waiting to get onto the ambulift, one of the Special Assistants people actually asked me to look at the cards because they wanted to know more about FND, which was really nice to see. So got on the plane. We were aisle 5, so quite at the front. Transferred, I had to ask for a seatbelt extension. I kept my own wheelchair cushion with me and I sat on it on the plane. We were quite lucky on the way out. So I was on the end seat. Luke was in the middle and then there was a window seat. We were very lucky that there was no one in the window seat on the way out there, which did really help my anxiety. I didn't realise on a plane that the seat width between the seats isn't very big at all. So next time I go on a plane, I am going to book the bulkhead seats, aka extra legroom seats. These would be a lot better for me. Also, the plane, it was an Airbus. It had 2 toilets, one at the front, one at the back. Obviously, I used the front one. I dinged the bell and I asked the lovely cabin crew if they had an aisle chair on board, which they did. So I transferred into it and they helped me to the toilet. It's worth mentioning the toilet is a very tight room. The aisle chair does not go into the toilet on the Airbus. I think it was A320 or something like that. But the toilet did have a couple of grab rails in, which did help me. And the cabin crew were absolutely lovely about it. They said, if you need to go again, just ask us. We don't mind. It's what we're here for. That was nice. I managed to use the toilet on board going. Now you are about to watch the take-off moment. I thought I would film this because this is going to be something I'm going to look back on in years to come and be like, look at that accomplishment I've done. How did I do it? I was amazing. But it does drag on a little, but I have tried cutting out most bits of it. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. I apologise, the next clips of obviously being on the plane are going to be quite long, but I thought it was important to film most of it. So then if it's your first time ever on a plane, you kind of know what to expect. So that is why it's quite long. So I do apologise, but please bear with the video.
Once again, a very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome on board. This is easyJet service. We're departing now for Alicante. The flight time is 2 hours. My name is Richard, your cabin manager on today's flight. The captain got excellent team, and we also like to welcome any easyJet Plus card holder, easyJet holiday passenger. You're here for your conference safety. Is there anything you need? Please just ask. For safety in mind, my colleague is going to take you through the safety procedure of this Airbus A320. The attention is required this time. Thank you.
We are now going to take you through the safety features of this aircraft. Please pay attention to the illuminated signs and crew instructions. The location of the emergency exits is shown on the safety card and is demonstrated by the crew. Please make sure you know where your nearest exits are. They may be behind you. Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit. In an emergency, leave all bags on board. To fasten your seatbelt, push the metal end into the buckle until it clicks. Pull the loose end to adjust and unfasten by lifting the top of the buckle. It must be fastened when the seatbelt sign is on, and we suggest you keep it fastened whenever you're in your seat. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Hold the mask in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove it from the pouch and put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and click together. Pull the strap to adjust. You must not inflate your life jacket until you're outside. Once outside, inflate it by pulling the toggle. If it doesn't inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. The crew can help you with life jackets for children. Please look at the safety card in your seat pocket before takeoff. It contains important safety information specific to this aircraft, such as the brace position and operation of the exits. Please now close your seat table, put the armrest down, open the window blinds, and fasten your seatbelt. Thank you for your attention.
And that's it, the doors are now shut.
Please put your electronic devices in flight mode now so that you can use them throughout the flight. Put your laptop safely away in your bag, ready for takeoff. If any of your electronic devices become hot, damaged, or produce smoke, let us know immediately. If you're using a power bank, please monitor the device being charged. Charging vapes and other e-cigarettes is not permitted, and these must be switched off. You can now fasten your seatbelt.
No está permitido cargar vaporizadores ni otros cigarrillos electrónicos. Estos deben estar apagados.
It's a French crew, isn't it?
That's how fast we have to go.
Oh my god. Anytime now, I just got to think this is flown from Paris. It's all fun.
It's going to be fine. It's flown in there. Let's go back out again.
Off we go. Whoa.
We look at the same page. That's exactly you can see. Yeah, did you get an idea?
We're up.
Yeah.
It's just my reaction.
It'll be fine.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Breathe slow.
Okay.
Look at the view.
You can see the bloody whole country from there.
Yeah, look at the view. You can see the sea. Told you, didn't I? The view looks
My
great.
glasses are steaming.
You know, you can see a bit of Wales over there.
Yeah.
Wow, but yes. But then there were discussions on the table that they were doing it this year. Yes, obviously, they were absolutely
Please keep your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is switched off. We suggest you keep it fastened whenever you're in your seat. Be careful when you open the lockers, as items may have moved. There are toilets at both ends of the aircraft and they all have smoke detectors. Smoking is not allowed at any time.
That is one reaction I was expecting.
What? The way it's speeding. I told you it's going to do that.
I cannot believe I cried when we took off. That was not the reaction I was expecting. But do you want to know my thoughts on flying?
What?
So, the takeoff was quite scary, but now we're up in the air. You reckon I'm going to say?
Relaxing.
I'm actually enjoying it.
Good. Would you do it again?
Well, we got to do the landing. So,
Yeah, that's hang on the way back.
we got to do the landing. So, ask me that when we've landed. But so far, so good. I'll show you what I mean, guys. If I explain it, you ain't going to know what I'm on about. So, that's the view, yeah? And to me, it's like the sea. You know, you have the, what do you call it at the end of a sea? What do you call it when the horizon? So it's like the sea, you can see the horizon, but instead of it being blue where the white is, instead of it being the sea, it's white, it's clouds, so it's not too bad. So on the easyJet plane, they come around with the drinks and food trolleys, and then obviously the duty-free trolleys as well. They do not accept post office card on on board, so keep that in mind. They will accept like Google Pay and things like that though. I didn't realise that until I was up in the sky, and I was like, thank you for letting me know. I know for next time. So just keep that in mind. If you are wanting to buy something on the plane, you need to have, say, like a Halifax card or Lloyd's, because post office cards do not work on aeroplanes for some reason. Can't remember the reason why. As they came round with the duty-free trolley, I said, nothing for me, thanks, but it's my very first flight and I would love to have a photo with the crew. And they're like, we're normally the ones taking the photos. So they got a photo of me and Luke, which was a really nice photo. And then we managed to get a photo with the crew as well. They were the most loveliest crew, and they were really friendly, and they were really nice at the end of the flight. They're like, you've done amazing for your first ever flight. Like, I think they were privileged to be the first crew that I'd ever used on an aeroplane, which was really nice.
To Alicante on the westerly runway. At the moment, that gives us, from our position overhead Bordeaux, another 400 nautical miles to Alicante, and expecting to land in 1 hour's time, which has us nicely on time. The latest weather in Alicante, it looks like it's a nice day, temperature of 22 degrees and a light southwesterly wind. That's all from me for now. I do hope you enjoy the rest of the flight. See you on the ground in just under 1 hour's time.
So my face is looking a little bit greasy because my skin is getting really dry up here. So I'm glad I listened to Wheels No Heels and put a moisturiser, and it's got SPF in it as well. So that's good. We just had a photo with the cabin crew. They were dead lovely. Yeah.
Told you that'd be nice. I told you it's going on.
Yeah. I'm getting excited. Just nervous about the landing, but good runs.
Oh, you can feel the heat.
We're literally like 10 minutes from landing, and you can see the sun on us. It is hot. So yeah, 10 more minutes and we should be landing. So can't wait. 4 days, all inclusive. Pretty nice. So easy.
Coming through, please be better coming for landing. Thank you.
So it's worth noting, when the plane is preparing to land and it turns, the plane gives off a really horrible motion. So it kind of feels like you're on a seesaw. So it kind of goes that way and that way. And you look out the windows and it's basically like this side one view, this side a different view. And that part about flying, I really did not like. It wasn't what I was expecting at all. I didn't like it. So I just tried to shut my eyes, but I could just feel the motion. It wasn't very nice.
Please put your bags and laptops away. Fasten your seatbelt. Close your seat table. Put the armrest down and open the window blind.
Almost down.
You can no longer use the toilet. Please look at the safety card in your seat pockets. It contains important safety information. In an emergency, leave all bags on board. At easyJet, we're committed to reducing our environmental impact. We'll be asking you to place recyclable waste in a separate bag as we collect rubbish from you. Please don't leave any rubbish in your seat pockets or on the floor.
We're in Spain.
That's a bit hands on.
Get ready.
Oh my hand.
We come on.
And here we go.
There's a plane.
Oh, that's a bit rough. Go down. So we have now landed in Alicante airport in Spain. Yay! As you saw, the landing was a little bit rough, but it wasn't too bad. And once we landed, the cabin crew made an announcement, you know, saying basically thank you for travelling with us, and basically special assistance passengers come off the plane last. So they had to attach the ambu lift, get everyone on that. Obviously, they had to get my wheelchair out of the hold and to the aircraft for me, which I am so relieved to say I got my wheelchair back in one piece, which I was over the moon about, because they were trying to get me off the plane. I was like, is my wheelchair there? Is my wheelchair there? I'm not getting off until it's actually there. And that's when one of the cabin crew, I think Sarah, her name was, she said, darling, it's there. Don't worry, it's there. I promise you it's there. Which it was. So coming off the plane was basically the same as getting on, transferred to the aisle chair, from the aisle chair into the ambu lift, and then down. Now, this next part wasn't the best experience. We come down in the ambu lift, and then we went into passport control. There was about 10 of us in wheelchairs, you know, special assistants. We seemed to be away from everyone else that had been on the plane. So it seemed like its own little room for special assistants. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But we were all there, we were all just dumped there, and we were waiting there for what felt like forever for passport control. And the worst thing is that the assistant staff were talking in Spanish. So none of us English people could understand what was going on, what was happening. My phone wasn't the only one going off. There were other people's phones going off because obviously we all had transfers waiting for us. And eventually the Spanish police came and stamped our passports and let us in. It took forever, and I did actually complain to easyJet about this because it just shouldn't have happened. They should have been ready for us. So once got through passport control, went to the toilet, and then we went to collect our bags, and then obviously we were on a easyJet package holiday. So we went to the easyJet person, and they're like, she was so lovely, she was like, don't worry, I know what happened at passport control, your transfer is still there. So then we had a private transfer, obviously because my wheelchair and that, we paid for it as well. We had a private transfer to our hotel in Benidorm. It took an hour on the Spanish motorway, and yeah, that was that. But if anyone would like me to do a video on our actual holiday experience, then please let me know. So if anyone has any questions about flying with a disability or a wheelchair, please comment down below and I will be happy to answer your questions. Might even do a Q&A. But yeah, that was my experience flying, going out there. Now, my journey coming home, I did not vlog it at all. It was 4 days later we came home. Obviously we had our transfer who took us to the airport, and then we went through everything again. Special assistants, they asked all the details obviously again. And the one thing that I did not like about the assistants coming back from Alicante, obviously at Bristol airport you get given a card and a time to be back. For instance, Alicante airport, obviously they have their own dedicated special assistant security, and then duty free is attached onto that. Now, we went through special assistant security. The queues were really long because their machines kept breaking down. And I didn't like it because after security, everyone who had come through the security was just like dumped at the bottom of the room. Like, no one was allowed to go off duty free or anything like that. So I spoke up and I said, I need to go duty free. I've not had any food this morning. I'm bursting for the loo. Can we come back here after? And they said, no, if you leave, you will be on your own. Luckily, Luke was with me and he's really experienced with planes and things. He was able to get us to the gate. It was really confusing because they had screens for Gatwick going from the gate that we were on as well, and it was really overwhelming. And some friends we had made had actually said it is less overwhelming flying back from Alicante in the evening/night. So we will be doing that in future because I got extremely sensory overload, overwhelmed coming back. It feels like it was a lifetime ago, but it was only like last week, all of this. Coming back, obviously, we was last on the plane again. We had someone sitting in the window seat. Luckily, they did not need to get out to go to the toilet. When we got off the plane, my wheelchair was there. No damage, which was absolutely brilliant. And we flew through passport control and everything really, really fast, which is how it should be. The landing coming back was really quite rough. I literally was like forward with my hands on the seat in front, but it was okay. So I've kind of had that experience now of rough takeoff and landing and okay takeoff and landing. I would say leaving Bristol was a rough takeoff, but leaving Alicante wasn't a rough takeoff. I would say landing at Alicante wasn't a rough landing, but landing back in Bristol was a rough landing. So I'm glad I've experienced the best of both worlds, really. So that now brings us to the end of the video. If you did like the video, don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was really informative and helped some people. My content on YouTube, it has slowed down a bit, but I'm still going to be doing the videos, just not as often as I used to be doing them. I'm still around and I'm planning to go back to Spain next year. So who knows, I might film a hotel out there or something. Let me know what you'd like to see on the channel, guys. I really would like your input. And yeah, I'm going to head off now, but thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.